Hey, I'm here to do another reaction. Let's just talk about it first. Yeah, I've not been doing any reactions recently because for some reason this computer decided it was going to stop me from doing it. It keeps telling me that I can't record off of these websites because there's protected material, but it never had any problem previously. All of a sudden it just started giving me a hassle, so that's rather annoying. But anyway, I'm going to do reactions. I've been doing a lot of barbarian movies recently, so I'm going to move on and do this one. Let's just put my laptop on. This is Deathstalker from 1983. This is the same period as Conan the Barbarian and Hawk the Slayer and Sword and Sorcery, all the ones I've been reacting to lately. This is one I remember from back in the day. The thing I remember most about it, it's got a blinding theme tune. I really like the music on this one. I actually have it on video somewhere, literally an old video, VHS of this movie. I think it's Deathstalker and Deathstalker 2. I think I have both of them, but I've not watched it in probably at least 30 years, I should expect. Let's just click it and see what it's about. It looks old school.
Journey to an age of great kingdoms.
Oh wow! It looks cheesy as hell in a fantastic way. Oh, look at that!
Magic.
Hey, he's got a magic sword like the guy from Hawk the Slayer. He was able to make his sword jump into his hand as well. That must have been like a really easy special effect to do in that day and age. So that's why it's in Hawk the Slayer and it's in this movie. I've got to say, I don't remember a single thing about this film. Looking at the description here, it says Rick Hill, Barbie Benton and Richard Brooker. I'm guessing those are people who are in it. And this guy here, he looks like he's an extra from one of the Star Wars movies. He's one of the Gamorrean Guard, and he looks guy, but he's not green. He's like an unpainted Gamorrean Guard. Let's crack on.
An age of terror.
He is an all. Nice axe.
Where one man sought the key to the ultimate power.
He looks familiar, that guy. I'm not sure he is.
He was the man they called.
Those figures he was just chopping down there, they were meant just to be dummies, weren't they? They were meant to be dummies. Some kind of training exercise, I'm sure. It couldn't have been they were meant to be real people. Because if it was, then the special effects needed a heck of a lot of touching up. And the guy looks like a warrior anyway. He looks like a Boris Vallejo painting, that fella, actually. He does match the part, I've got to say. He's either like a Boris Vallejo work of art or he's a Man of War album cover. That fella, definitely. He's a Man of War album cover made flesh. Deathstalker.
Reunite the three powers.
Hey, that woman looks familiar. I think I slept with her once. Not really. The music is nothing like. I can see if I can remember the music because this tune that goes in my head quite often. But it may be all these years later I've just made up my own version and think it's Deathstalker. It goes something like da 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 da. I'm sure that was Deathstalker's music, but I've not heard it yet on this theme tune. It's probably going to fight. If you recognise that tune, it's not Deathstalker. Let me know in the comments what the heck it was. What is this tune that's been in my head for God knows 40 years maybe?
Be power.
Yeah.
Man could get inside one car's castle and kill it.
I think this is some kind of like European kind of movie, like Italian or something like that. The action is not the most dynamic and most swashbucklingly awesome, actually. It looks like a little bit of a... It's not... Yeah, it looks like a reenactment, you know. It's got all the believability of a Viking reenactment or something like that, or a blinking Roundheads and Royalist reenactment. You know, it's like they're going in gently with the swords there, not looking like they actually want to kill each other. They're looking more like, right, do I block this one, or oh yeah, this is the one I block. It's a bit stilted, the old action there, but you know, I remember back in the day, it was kind of, even in the day it was cheesy. Even in the day I realised it was low budget and it was daft. Not like, Sword and Sorcery I thought was a pretty good movie at the time. Same with, obviously, Conan the Barbarian, big budget movie. But this one, it does look low budget. But I remember it being entertaining enough. Although, certainly not one that was going to live long and fond in the memory. But just a decent, hour and a half entertainment. Forget about it afterwards, you know. I think there's probably some boobs in it at some point. I can't remember if it was an 18. It might even be an 18, actually. But not that you'd know from this trailer, to be honest, because there's not much violence or debauchery. There's a little bit of... Yeah, there was kind of like an orgy kind of party, carousing kind of scene at the beginning there, with a fire breather and someone swinging from the chandelier. But it wasn't exactly an orgy, was it? It was a PG orgy, maybe. Is such a thing as a PG orgy? It rhymes anyway. But anyway, let's carry on with Deathstalker.
If he can capture the amulet of life, he will rule the world. But an evil wizard stands in his path. And to the victor, a beautiful princess.
Oh dear, Pig Boy's on the pool. Pig Boy's after the beautiful princess. Save her, Deathstalker, save her! This has got the lookings of some rather dubious websites I've happened across in my day, I must say. But yeah, let's carry on. I mean, there's nothing really groundbreaking or super interesting. Effects don't look too bad. The locations don't look too terrible either, actually. The costumes, yeah, they're okay. The narration's a little bit cheesy, but you expect from these kind of things, you know. It's the way of things, really. Anyway, let's crack on with it. Let's move my picture first. Let's get my beautiful, handsome face up there so we can all see it properly, and let's carry on. Oh dear, Pigman's coming. Oh, blimey. Whoa! Yeah, the sword fighting isn't the most dynamic. Ooh. Oh dear. Yeah, some of the battling is a little bit on the pedestrian side, isn't it? Like that. Talk about choreographed. It's so choreographed looking, and the way he slung that hammer, the guy could have blinking written a letter home to his mum and still managed to dodge it in time. That hammer was swung so slowly. But yeah, I don't know what the budget's like. It's not a massive budget, but I think, you know, especially as a kid, that would have been like pretty entertaining. I would have been a teenager at the time, so I think maybe I could definitely recall thinking it wasn't the greatest movie, but yeah, a bit of entertainment, a bit of fun, rather daft. I think it's one to watch now and think and just like marvel at how silly it all is, but a little tongue in cheek, but you know, still entertaining, I reckon.
The greatest challenge. The greatest adventure. The most legendary hero of them all. The man they called Deathstalker.
Deathstalker.
The last great warrior king. Starring Richard Hill and Bobby Denton.
Yeah, I don't know any of them people. Richard Hill, Barbie Denton, don't ring any bells. I'm rather annoyed they put up the trailer like the subscribe and the bloody the next one to watch kind of thing. Apparently the UK's fastest growing film distributor, 101 Films, bringing you the best in new and cult catalogue. Okay. Anyway, yeah, pretty decent. Well, acceptable. Let's call it acceptable. Now, I'm rather annoyed that they didn't have the music. I saw the music was like one that going in my head for ages. Every now and again it pops out, like I sung it to you earlier on, but I mean, is it not this film? Have I been under the blinking misapprehension all this time? Misapprehension, that's the wrong bloody word, isn't it? The miscomprehension, maybe, all this time that was the music to Deathstalker, when indeed it wasn't. I'm kind of annoyed now. I might have to dig out the old VHS I've got and play it just to see if it has got that music to it. But yeah, certainly not one for the ages. It's probably more, definitely, it's amongst B-movie, cult movie, sort of barbarian action, sword and sorcery kind of movies of the age. It's definitely in the lower echelon of greatness, I'm sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure Hawk the Slayer and Sword and Sorcery and certainly Conan the Barbarian all rank higher than this one. But it was, I think it was entertaining enough at the time. It looks entertaining enough. They're a little bit... Action was a little bit. Didn't look like there was going to be a lot of bloodshed. I get the feeling it's one of those films where when they kill them, they hold the sword under their armpit like that. That kind of thing. Low budget, but decent in some aspects, like the costumes. I think the acting looked a bit rubbish. Some of the costumes are okay. Locations not too bad. Special effects, hard to tell really. It was just people dressed up mostly, wasn't it? You didn't see an awful lot of special effects. Didn't see an awful lot of magic even. I think there was a sorcerer in there. A guy rather dubious looking fella. Who did he look like? There was a guy in there I think was supposed to be a sorcerer, and I was thinking he looked like an actor, but I can't remember who it was I was thinking of now. But it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it kind of you know, if I saw it somewhere, I might watch it again just for the fun, you know, just for the sake of, just for the hell of it, basically, just to remember, just to check out if it was as bad as I thought it was. Also to check out if the music was as good as I thought it was, because I'm sure it had a blinding bloody theme tune, but it didn't have the theme tune in that little trailer there. So maybe I've been mistaken all these years, and it's a completely different film. I've got no idea what a bloody well film is. But anyway, that was my reaction to Deathstalker from 1983. Let me have your reaction to my reaction in the comments down below, please. And yeah, subscribe if you want to get some more reactions from me, and don't forget the all important thumbs up, because we all love a thumbs up now, don't we? Anyway, join me again if my computer is working, and I will do some more reactions in the future.